What's up? I'm attorney Derek Gray of Greystar Legal. We are a criminal law firm located here in Winston Salem, North Carolina, and this is our FAQ series. So today's topic is a little more general in nature, and the question goes like this. What happens if a witness does not show up in my criminal case? Typically, I like to refer to the law. Because there's no specific law as to this, I'll go ahead and just reflect on my practical experience in the years that I've been practicing law. So let's give a little hypothetical. Let's say your neighbor takes out a criminal charge against you. You get to court and he decides not to show up. What happens in that scenario? So for purposes of the hypothetical, if your neighbor doesn't show up and has been on a few times, the state will either take a dismissal on that charge or they'll make a motion to continue, at which point a judge could deny that motion and force them to take a dismissal on the charge. Here are the things that the court's going to be considering in terms of whether or not to continue the case. How many times has this case been continued? Essentially, what's the age of the case? To the extent that this case has some age on it, it's been continued multiple times, the court is less likely to allow that case to continue on without some finality to it. Also, who have those continuances been for? Has the defense been making all the continuances, or has the state been making all the continuances? Is this witness a necessary witness? Sometimes you have multiple parties that can testify to the same thing. So the state's going to be analyzing it from the point of, can they still prosecute this case without the witness that isn't present? And lastly, is this type of case one in which subpoenas have been issued and served on the witness? Sometimes there have been some issues with the clerk's office and subpoenas may not get issued, or if they have been issued and served and that individual doesn't show up, that will also put the state in a position where the court is less likely to continue it. So those are the considerations. Again, there's a lot of different scenarios that could play out, but if you have any additional questions as it relates to whether or not a witness has to appear in court, or you have a case in which you have a similar scenario, please do not hesitate to reach out to my law firm. I would love to speak with you further about it and see how I may be able to help. Until then, guys, take care.